Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great start to the week. It's always good to start a press conference with a public service announcement from Derek Satterfield, so we appreciate Derek for the news. But coming off of Saturday, you're really proud of our guys. Going back and watching the film, you're seeing some of the things that in areas that we're growing just as a football team, and individual side of ball, some of the adjustments that we made throughout the course of the game, and you're really seeing guys. Coming off just such a fast start where, in the first quarter, everything that you wanted to see happen, you guys played within themselves. We had great emotion, excitement, being able to capitalize on opportunities, and there was a great deal of energy. And then when the adversity arose and kind of momentum shifted, we made some mistakes. You had a couple of turnovers, gave up a couple big plays, in special teams, and defensively when it became a 7-point game. Going into halftime, really trying just to refocus our guys on trusting the fundamentals and just staying true to what they're being asked to do. We had some subtle adjustments, and to see those guys go out there and execute that and truly have that next play mentality, it's been a big focus of ours. And we've seen examples of it throughout the course of the season where we didn't execute that plan as well as we needed to, and to see us go and finish there in the second half was something that was really big for our guys, and just really for the program. I was definitely pleased with the number of guys we were able to play. I was pleased that even with some guys that went down through the course of the game, the way that some of our young players have had to step up, some changing positions, having to line up at multiple spots, just all the things that we're asking them to do, and their continued work and investment is showing up at a high level. And this has been a challenging year in a lot of aspects, but these guys are continuing to work to get better, and we're excited about the opportunity that's in front of us. You'll hear this Saturday, going back on the road to play Wake Forest, who's shown throughout the course of the season, just how capable they are to play at a very, very high level, and they're kind of in the same boat that we've been in. Missed multiple weeks. Extremely well coached football team. One that's got some explosive players, and definitely capable in all three phases. And so we're excited about the opportunity and the challenge that's ahead.
First question will be Kurt Weiler from Tallahassee Democrat.
Hey, Mike, we've seen, I think, 3 ACC teams now come out and say they're not planning on accepting a bowl bid if offered one, just because of how taxing this year has been. I guess, have you discussed with the team? We don't know kind of what the bowl selection process is going to look like this year with everybody eligible, but would FSU, I guess, would you also like to accept a bid?
Our focus right now is on this week, and we're trying to take everything one day at a time with this football team and our continued growth. We're excited about the steps that we've seen. It's been a challenging year, just in regards to the emotional and the physical wear and tear that we faced, and a lot of the sacrifice that these kids have had to kind of endure throughout the season. But we're excited to be able to play this game this week. So that's going to be our focus in all aspects of what we're doing, just trying to get better throughout the course of the week in practice and prepare to the best of our ability for Saturday.
Next will be Ira Schofield from Wartown.
How far has Robert Scott come over the last 4 months, or I guess 4 or 5 months, and how much upside does he still have at that position?
Oh, I think the sky's the limit for what Rob can accomplish, and for what he's done. I thought him and Darius both played at a high level there on Saturday against 2 really good defensive ends. The multiple looks that we saw, and just some of the things that he was able to see and adjust to within the course of a play. You can see the growth mentally, the confidence of what he's playing with. I think he's with each game, and really just each rep that he gets, he absorbs it all. And there's still some physical things that he's going to continue to get bigger, stronger, faster. But the confidence of what he shows is I think going to be pretty special. And he was a guy that we signed in the late signing period last year. Was a priority when we got here, and for him to be able to come in and to start the majority of our games as a true freshman, and the growth that he's shown. I absolutely believe the sky's the limit for him, and he's going to be not only a great player, but I think going to be a great leader with what we're doing, because he brings the right mindset and approach to everything that he does.
Next will be Antoine Staley from Tallahassee Democrat.
I know you talked about it a little bit after Saturday's game. Just talk about Treyshawn Ward and just kind of a testament he has been, especially all the hard work and everything that he's been through.
I mean, that's those are the stories that are great to share, because Treyshawn is he's a walk-on within our program, has come in and had to sacrifice in a lot of different ways to be able to provide himself this opportunity, and whether it was given a look on scout team, the continued development that he's had, he's always brings the right mindset and approach, and I think we actually shared this with the team yesterday. You can see the respect that players have due to the reactions that that they get when they achieve success. And the two moments that really stood out to me on Saturday was when Hamza had his interception, you saw the sideline, the eruption, the joy, and then when Treyshawn scored his touchdown, it was pretty incredible. Especially seeing the defensive side of the ball and those guys that have had to try to go against him when he's been on the scout team, and just helping him get better and him helping them get better throughout the process. To see that joy and excitement whenever he scored that touchdown, I mean, that's something that's special as a coach. And I think Treyshawn who definitely has a great future here, and his continued development. He's somebody that I expect to be able to help this offense, and not only the rest of this season, but for years to come. And really excited about his growth and the development of who he is, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Next will be Seminoles from Knowles 247.
Hi, Mike. It was obviously a scary moment when Levitt went down on Saturday. Do you have an update on his status, how he's doing?
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those things that I think Jake and our athletic training staff, as well as our doctors, they did a wonderful job there, just taking all precautions throughout that experience. And I can say that Fabian's progressing along really well. Excited about where he is right now, and you will still continue to evaluate that as it progresses through the week for his availability. But very grateful that that he's doing well, and I would say that he's got an opportunity to help contribute this week, and we'll see how this week goes along.
We'll go back to Kurt.
Talked about all the young players that just had to play as much as they have because of the circumstances. I think two guys who seemed to have played a lot better Saturday, especially when they first started, were the freshman linebackers Steven Dix and DJ Lundy. Just what have you seen the growth from them and just being forced into the roles they have? Yeah,
I think they're getting better each and every week. And Steven has played a lot of football this year as their starting like linebacker, and there's been some learning experiences and things that he's had to improve on the run. But his investment and growth into this program, into himself for how he practices, what he does, the film study that he really takes it upon himself to do extra with. I mean, you can see the knowledge continuing to grow and the confidence that's growing. And DJ Lundy, I think both those guys are have extremely high ceilings to where they can go. The physicality, the effort which they play with. I mean, DJ is had a little bit of a setback with an injury there earlier in the season where he missed multiple weeks, but you can see that the great strides are taking place in his development at the linebacker position. And it was great to see him over there on the offensive side running some of the fullback packages that we had. That did a great job in that, and kind of had a couple of touchdown springing blocks there on the offensive side. But the thing you have to remember with DJ is he didn't play linebacker till his senior year in high school. He was a running back, and so he's still learning some of the ins and outs of the position. But I think he's going to be a special player here moving forward, and it's good to get him that work.
We'll go back to Ira.
I think of the 7 guys that caught passes Saturday, only 2 were actually listed as receivers. The running backs playing receiver, I mean, that's part of what you guys do anyway. So was that not that big of an adjustment? And then also, Is there any update? I know Jordan Young wasn't in uniform, and we didn't see Warren. I didn't know if there's any update on those two.
Yeah, they were unavailable. We're hopeful that Jordan will progress along. As we get going this week. I know he did more yesterday than what he has, so we'll see where that's at. But the versatility of our running back position is something that we take pride in, and being able to put those guys in a lot of different places to be able to impact the game. I mean, it got pushed to an all-time extreme there on Saturday. I think there's one time looked out as either 3 or 4 backs on the field at the same time, all at different positions. But it also shows to the investment that those guys are making, and in understanding the big picture approach, wanting to have an opportunity to impact this football team by any means necessary, and excited about what they were able to put on display, and that's going to be something that we're going to have to continue to push, especially down the stretch.
We'll go back to Antoine.
The offensive line had a great day against Duke. Just talk about their growth and what you've seen from them from the time that you took over as the head coach until now.
Well, I mean, those guys have worked, and they've been pushed, extremely hard throughout the course of practice, throughout the course of all aspects of what we're asking them to do. From the mental side of it to the physical, and to see them go out there and just really the confidence that's emerging for what we're able to do in the run game. As we try to be very multiple. We want to put these guys in the best position to achieve success, but their approach to that, and what their the way that they go to work and practice, and trying to maximize the individual drills, take it over to group work, and to see that really playing out there in team. I mean, you look back to the very beginning of the season, and I know in the first game there was a lot of missed opportunities that we had in the run game, and to see guys growing throughout the course of the season and being able to establish the run against some teams that have done a nice job in stopping the run throughout the year, and then really to come back on Saturday, and for that to be what we were able to hang our hat on, and to run for over 300 yards, and a lot of the explosive plays. I'm really proud of that group, and excited about what we're going to be able to build upon that here in our future, because we've got guys that are very young. We've had a lot of different combinations. You even had a different combination here this week with Maurice's unavailability, and with Bavion going to center, it provided new opportunities. And those guys, they really are doing a nice job of working together, and executed really well.
Go back to Brendan.
Kind of going off that, Mike, the left side of the line with Darius and Dante, the growth that those guys have made since the start of the season. I know they both had a lot of different types of obstacles. What does it say about them that they're progressing as much as they have in the course of the year? Yeah,
it's all about the work, and when they're investing in the work, they're they're believing in what they're being asked to do, and I thought Darius played extremely well. I mean, he did some things naturally in the course of the game, just off of pure reaction, trusting his eyes, having an understanding of what we're asking to do conceptually, and played fast in doing that. So I was really proud of him. He's kind of like Rob. He came off of an injury his freshman year, a true freshman year, had the off season of rehabilitation, really missed out a lot of time in that weight room. I think his best days are ahead of him, and when we get a full off season and really develop a lot of that strength and get him back to where he's capable of being, I think that he's got a huge ceiling for where he can go, and that's what you want to see. And some of these guys that were coming off of injuries this last year, that was a challenge, especially with COVID and not being able to maybe get the full extent of that rehab during quarantine. I think it's setting up well to see those positive strides that are going that are taking place with them, and then get a full off season in them. I'm very, very excited about what we're seeing and what their future can be.
All right, next will be Aslan Hamanadi from Warchamp.
Hey, Coach, in the spirit of getting 1% better, for like me professionally, can you help explain the signing limits these days when it comes to recruiting? I've tried to read every article I could find. I know 25 is kind of like that hard cap, but there's ways that guys can massage numbers, it seems like, these days. Can you kind of I don't know, give a summary of where you guys stand and how that works in this day and age?
And, coming in, there's things that, in each year, there is a hard cap 25 annual scholarships that you can sign, and that's where we're at. We don't have a whole lot of wiggle room around that. There's different ways, depending on the number of guys you sign in previous years, that you can give a little bit of flexibility there. And you'll see that with some universities as they move forward. But right now we're at the hard cap 25, and we're trying to find the 25 best guys and the best fit for Florida State, and exploring all options. We're looking high school ranks. Obviously junior college you will play a role in that, and then potential transfers or graduate transfers. Just trying to put together the best fit for the needs that we have now, and then also for what we're building here in the future. But that's kind of how all that's going to work together. And the thing I'm excited about is you're seeing the development of our walk-on program, and guys that have come in as walk-ons that will have an opportunity to after a year to be able to earn scholarships, or earn that reward for the jobs that they've done, and and those don't count after a year. Those don't count to your 25. Obviously, it all has to stay within your 85, but those are just some of the different factors, and we'll continue to always explore to find the best potential walk-ons that can impact our program, that we're going to help continue to build here moving forward.
Go back to Ira.
Obviously, Duke didn't come with the same status of North Carolina when you beat them, but the team did have some issues handling success and carrying it forward. Is that something that you're looking at? Were you watching anything Sunday to kind of see how the guys handled success this time around?
Absolutely, and it's a daily process. I mean, there's sometimes that's an individual focus when guys coming off of a good game. I've coming and showing that we could respond throughout the course of a football game where there was the emotional swings and adversity that we had to face, but you never want to exhale. You always want to make sure that even with success, you learn from the experiences that you had, and you continue to get better. You always want to continue to have that edge, and the focus is that 1% growth. The focus is going out there and being the best version of yourself, because there was a lot of things that we took from that game, and areas that we've got to get corrected. We've got to improve. And we're such a young team that being able to handle success and winning a game, and the mindset of what you bring in your preparation, it all has to get better. And so I think the guys understand that. Very aware of who we are and what we're trying to do, and that's going to be a big focus and challenge here this week.
Go back to Ira.
I was just curious, since there's a small group of us here, if you could give us any hints on what's in the box.
No.
We'll go back to Ira.
No question for you, Coach. Just wanted to say aloha. Have a good Monday.
Thank you, Aslan.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, guys, y'all have a great one.